To the cloud. Perfect. Okay. So thank you guys for hopping on. So you guys, every single Wednesday, we collaborate with a couple of teams and we get everyone together for what we call newbie training. And we kind of cover different topics every single Wednesday. You'll find it here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Let me change the view. I like to see everyone. There we go. Okay. And today's topic is all about posting and branding. So we wanted to have on a couple people that can talk a little bit about posting and how to do it and maybe what to say, what your brand is, what it looks like, how to create one. And we're always going to remember that this is a space for new people that have joined, whether you're brand new or whether maybe you've been in for just a couple short months. So please know too, this isn't the end all be all training. Many of us have specified training that we do individually. So this is just another way to kind of add or complement what you guys may or may not already be learning. Okay. So know that you can always go back to your upline after this, and, you know, get more information, ask more questions. But we wanted to have these every Wednesday as a safe place for you guys to come, ask questions, and to kind of get a different viewpoint, especially because every single one of us work our business differently, which is the beauty of this, because you don't have to do it the same way as everyone. Okay. So our first speaker is Miss Double Diamond, Gina. And I'm going to have her talk about posting. So if you guys have questions, put them in the chat as she's talking, and we'll be sure that she answers those when she's done. All right, Ms. Gina.
Thanks, Davia. Thanks so much. Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Welcome to the team. If you're new, we are super honored and excited to have you here. And like Davia said, thanks for taking the time out of your nights to be here to learn and to pour into yourselves and take this business seriously, because it can do great things for you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about posting. Posting is key, okay? It's a basic thing, one of the basic things we do, and it's a key essential part. You're going to hear us talk about our core four. This is one of the core four pieces that we do. So the core four is posting, adding to your network, messaging, and following up. So making sure you're posting every single day is crucial to your business, whether you're posting in your timeline. And also you want to be posting on your stories too, because the stories are where it's at as well. Some people only look at stories. So make sure that you're also doing the story portion as well. So that's really a good reason why it's important. Also, have you not noticed the world has changed? Businesses are marketing on social media. That is where it's at. That's where the influence is at. So take advantage. Back in the day, you'd have to make a phone call here, make a phone call here, and calling people one-on-one. Where this, you have the world at your fingertips, so take advantage of that. Yeah, it's a word-of-mouth business, right? So you want to get the word out, you want to share, you want to make sure that your business is open, because if you're not sharing what you have, nobody knows you have it, right? So it's a numbers game. The more people see it, the more they're going to start watching you. So you want to make sure you're putting good content out there. You want to make sure that you're sharing every single day and be excited. You want to make your page light. Make it light, fun, funny, inspiring. Be you. Don't change how you post. Just continue to post the same way that you did, except just sprinkle in the business and sprinkle in the products with that. So just share you and be you, right? You don't want to post a picture of just a bottle, or you don't want to post, don't get me wrong, you don't want to have like before and after pictures all on your timeline. You definitely want to post them. I'm not saying don't. It is crucial that you post those. So don't be posting those 5 or 6 times a day. You want to sprinkle in your life, you want to sprinkle in yourself, and you want to sprinkle in the products. But show your cute face using the products, right? Show, just show your life using the products. I always say you want to capture a moment, you want to write it down, and you want to post it. I'm going to tell you the best post that I have is when, if you find yourself just thinking about the opportunity, like, oh, this is really fun, I'm having a lot of fun, you're excited, you just started, and you have these great feelings in your heart and in your mind, and you're just loving it, write it down. Write that down, capture that moment, maybe look around and maybe you're sitting outside on a hammock and you're having these moments. Take a picture of your feet and out on the hammock, right? That could be a post. Write about it, write about your feelings. So people want to read all the feelings. They want feelings. They want all the feels, right? Because feelings sell. So just capture those moments, write it down. When you feel inspired, don't wait to write it later. I always say that's when my best posts come from, is when I get inspired and I write it immediately. I don't wait to be like, oh, that's a good one, I'm gonna write that down or jot the idea down. Write as much as you can, draft it, save it for later. So when you have a busy day running around with your kids, you have an off day where you're just not feeling anything, you're like, oh, I can pull that great post out and I can take, you know, and take one of those pictures. So save it, draft it, and keep it in your back pocket. So get creative, have fun with it, show your sweet face. Everybody wants to see your face. Be fun. I love to say, like, I always do a funny. I always do a funny on my post, and I do inspirational, right? Because for one, everybody loves to laugh, especially now. People want to feel good. You want people to come to your page, feel good about themselves, make them laugh, make them feel good. That's the purpose of that. So use Pinterest, can be your best friend for inspirational posts. I'll be honest, Pinterest is not the great place to find funny memes. In my opinion, I can't find anything funny on Pinterest, but if I'm scrolling and I'm engaging with other people and I find a really good post or something that made me laugh, I will save it to, I'll save that picture and I will post it as my own. Okay, that's another thing you don't want to do, is you don't want to share. Be careful to share a bunch of recipes. Be careful to share like a funny meme. Use it as your own, okay? So take the picture, save it. You can put it in your back pocket for later, or if you want to post it at that moment, go nuts, post it at that moment, and put a little capture at the top of it. So I do funnies, I do inspirational posts, I show pictures of my boys, I show, just be yourself. I always say just try to find about 4 or 5 things about you that brand you. For me, it's my 3 boys. So I'm a boy mom. You know, I love funny. Sometimes I think I'm pretty funny. We'll see about that. I want people to come to my page and be inspired. And I like fashion, right? I don't put a lot of fashion on my timeline, but in my stories, I'm always posting about all the stuff that comes through on social media. I swear Instagram and Facebook stalk me now with all these fashion things. And I'm like, oh, I want that one, I want that one. So it's kind of an ongoing running thing in my story. I'm like, oh, bought another one, bought another one. So just have fun with it, be yourself. If you're drinking your coffee and you're feeling amazing, you're like, wow, this coffee is really making me feel good. Take a picture. Where are you at? Take a picture of the coffee. Take your picture. Just what I do is I take my coffee cup, I put it outside my window, and I take a picture, right? And just talk about all the feels that you're having with these products and how they're making you feel. So just share, be happy, be positive, have fun, share your sweet little face, share your kid's face, and just have, when people come to your timeline or when they're looking at your posts as they're scrolling through, before I post, I always say to myself, how would this look, or how would I perceive it if I was looking at this post? I always post by the third party, if that makes any sense. I always post on how people are going to look at it, right? Are they going to feel good? Am I going to inspire them? Are they going to be moved? Is it going to make them laugh? So making sure you're also choosing the right words too. I always make it about them if I can, not necessarily about me. But again, when people are going through it, everybody thinks about themselves. We're just human nature. So if they're reading something, oh, she's drinking this amazing coffee and feeling good. Well, I want to drink amazing coffee and feeling good. Oh, she's out at the park with her boys on a Wednesday afternoon. I want to be at the park with my boys on the Wednesday afternoon. Just keep that in mind. Just have fun with it. Be creative. Feel ideas. Find some another top leader or distributor that inspired you. Go with it. Steal their ideas. And you know, and share that as your own too. I mean, don't steal their posts, but just share it as your own, change up the words, make it fit for you, right? If you copy and paste mine, but you don't have any boys, people are like, all right, I don't know about this post here. So just making sure you're just being wise and smart about it. Also, on all of our team pages, there's post tasks. So if you're like, I don't know what to post, what do I post today? You've got resources after resources after resources. You can, every single day there's a post task. You can, if you don't find it, just search at the top, post task, and you will see a ton. So pick and choose what you want at this point, what you want to share. So there's posts for your timeline, and there's stories that you can post as well. And then, yeah, just one more thing, and I'll let you go. It doesn't have to be like your posts don't have to be super long, right? You're going to hear people talking about past, present, and then the future, like your story. It could be as simple, like I said, just drinking your skinny coffee. Just create curiosity is where I'm going. Create the curiosity. So I think that's it. That's all I have to say, I believe. So.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to expand on that she was saying that was really good. She talked about at the end following some leaders. I know in our training that we have on our team, we give a few top line or top, VIP leaders names for you guys to follow. Now, again, like she said, you definitely want to use them for inspiration and not necessarily emulation, right? I mean, obviously make it your own, make it sound like you. If you don't say sis, you don't say girl, you don't want to put that in your post. People are going to know that that's inauthentic, right? So she's saying change it up to make it look like you, sound like you, but don't reinvent the wheel. If someone you're watching is posting and they kind of, you know, oh yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to say, don't be afraid to take that. Trust and believe, we all do that, okay? But as you see what they're posting, take time to truly, you know, kind of break it apart and say, why do I like this so much? Because it's representing what? What does it represent of you? Because it's drawing to you. Because whenever you're posting, it's like, you want to be able to emotionally connect with your audience, right? I think many of you can agree that when you enrolled with your upline leader, more than likely, you've seen their posts, you've seen their stories, you felt like you knew them, you could relate to them. They had something in common that you had, or their struggles were the same, right? So make sure that you kind of take that and understand that that's what you want to put out to your audience too. You know, our vibe attracts our tribe, and you got to make sure that what vibe you're putting out there is what you want back, right? So when she's talking about sharing, you guys, honestly, sharing, to put it lightly, is like death to your page. And that's just to be honest with you. And the reason is, you want to know the reason? The reason is because if you find a funny meme, like she's saying, post it as your own, as one post. Don't post 10 memes in a row, okay? Because after a while, it's no longer funny. You know, or share it to yourself and send it to yourself in Messenger if you have to save it, right? There's only so many recipes you guys can share. Save it to a collection in your phone. Don't post it, okay? Your newsfeed is now your brand. And do you want to be remembered for how many apple pies or funny memes you're posting? Or do you want to be remembered as someone who is working alongside with their babies? Or maybe you're still a working mom or dad, and maybe you're hustling and you want people to see what it is you're doing. Okay, I'm still hustling over here, but I'm still banking over here, right? Make sure that people, can see that and can get a visual for that, you know? So be sure that you minimize how much you're sharing, because it does matter, especially when you're posting something about the business or products. I see so often where they're like, oh, I'm so excited I posted. And I'm like, where is it? Because I see like 10 shared posts after, and it's habit. It's habit, right? Like how quick, I kid you not, I see so many people share so many things in 1 minute. I'm like, how is that even possible? Your finger must be like share, right? But think about it. So I think the thing of it is like, make sure that you're not burying your own post, that you're not working against yourself, that you're working for yourself. And that's all about, you know, not sharing, making sure your page is clean, and making sure you're not over posting too, guys. Listen, you know how you ever walk into like a car dealership or like a department store, and they're like, they flock to you. They're like, what can we help you with today? And you're like, I'm just looking, get away from me, right? Most of the time, you don't want to be super annoyed with you. That's annoying. Like, it's still to this day, it's annoying for me, and I even sell these products. The reason why it's annoying is because it is so aggressive in your face that you know they're intentionally trying to make a sale. Don't be that person. Just because you hit submit to become a distributor, y'all, it doesn't mean now all of a sudden you're a salesman and everything you did before this point is totally non-existent. No, we represent a product that works. We represent a product that we ourselves more than likely take and have gotten results from it. All we're doing is simply sharing it, right? No different than sharing your favorite store to buy clothes, like Gina was saying. You know, I'm on her stories all the time, like, where did you find this? I need this, right? Or, you know, and it's no different than talking about a restaurant that you like, a store that you like to shop at. People want to know you're more than just the business. So remember that too. So, okay, I'm making sure we're not missing any questions. Yes, Shalonda, I will get with you about posting. We can go over that. Okay, Heather, you're up, girl. Go ahead and tell us the next topic. Yeah.
1 second. You touched on it a little bit. I just want to emphasize it a little more because that was one of my points that I missed it. Is making sure you're spreading out your posts. So you're not having a ton of them, like Tavia said. Don't put a great post out and then share a bunch of stuff. But don't put a great post out and share a bunch of funny memes either. So just making sure you you spread them out. Give it time for people to see it.
Love it, love it. All right, Heather, you are up.
Hey guys, how are you? Look at all these people, 46. I love, love, love. I'm so excited for all of you right now. And I love that there's not just newbies on, that there's everybody that's on here, because you know what, you guys, as you progress in this business and you're not so newbie anymore, don't you want tips on how to build your business and help your newbies out? So that's why you keep showing up to these. So don't think that, oh, after 30 days, I'm good, or I hit Ruby, I don't need to show up to these. You guys, I still show up because I'm like, oh, that was good. I need to make sure I let my new distributor know that, okay? So just always know that you always are growing. You are always are learning. The ambassadors, Joel and Stephanie Dunn, top income earners in the company, they're still learning. They still show up, okay? So I commend you guys that are on here that are new, and the ones that aren't so new. I've been in the business for 7 years, you guys, and it's been the best 7 years of my life. I'm so thankful for this business. One thing I'll tell you guys is that I never had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So I'm gonna really ask you guys to not go into this business with the mindset of, well, if it doesn't work out, okay? You're gonna go into this business with the mindset of, I don't care if it works out or not, but I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna maybe lose some weight. I'm gonna get healthier. And if I make some extra income along the way, then that's a plus. Because no matter what your paychecks are, no matter if you get 1 customer or 100 customers, that's gonna be more money than you had before it works, right? That $150 shopping spree that you're gonna earn, that's free product. So I always try to really reiterate with my new distributors, you may start this business in fear like I did and have no idea what you're doing, but give it time. Do not have the mindset of, if it doesn't work out, it's not going to work out. We'll see. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. Well, we'll see. I tried. No, just have that open mindset, that open, communication with your upline. Just go all in, you guys. And all in's different for everyone. So I'm going to piggyback a little bit on some stuff that Gina was saying, because even though I'm not new anymore, when I feel like I am on a hamster wheel, like, gosh, I was doing so good 2 months ago, or I did so good last year, I go back and I go, what, how did I get those first 6 loyal customers? How did I box myself in for the first rank of Ruby? What was I doing, and why am I trying to fix it? Why am I trying to change it if it was working? And yes, we're always trying to revamp and grow, but I just kind of go back to the basics, you guys. And I'll tell you right now, the first thing that you should do is, as soon as you get a single product sent to you, if you send yourself one of your sample packs, if your auto ship comes to the door, if your $150 shopping spree comes to the door, you better show everybody, you better do the unboxing. You got to show everybody. I remember as soon as that kit came in, I didn't go live because we didn't have live back then, but I recorded myself opening everything and reading the labels, literally, and I could not wait to post it on Facebook. I didn't even have Instagram, by the way, you guys. I asked a coworker of mine at the time, I'm like, what's a pound sign and what's this Instagram thing? So I went diamond without Instagram. And I'm not telling you guys don't use Instagram. I'm just saying, you don't have to master it all. You don't have to know it all in order to be successful. But I opened up that box and I was like, oh, okay, these are greens. They say, like, I literally just read the boxes, read the packaging, and posted it. And I complete ignorance on fire, literally knew nothing at all whatsoever. So making sure that you guys are loud and proud about this. You do not have to know the answers. You do not have to know everything about it. But you guys, Gina touched on, like, it's not like this or that. It's not like, okay, I got my It Works business here, and then I've got my personal life here. I don't recommend, and maybe some of your leaders might teach you otherwise, so just either take this or not. I don't recommend creating like a private Facebook group, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, decline. I want you to promote your business and your lifestyle and your social, and let me decide before you start adding me to your group. Dude, please. They drive me nuts. So I personally don't suggest it. I also don't recommend creating a separate account for your business, because you know what? I'm going to buy from the mom that is a hot mess like me, that has gray roots and just embracing her hot mess self before I buy from the billboard over here that posts over and over and over and over again. And you guys, it's okay if you've been doing that. It's totally fine. Because if I were to show you guys Heather Juno's July 2013 Instagram page, oh my gosh. Oh, it's all the don'ts of what you don't do in the business, you guys. So if you've already started doing that, it's not like, oh crap, you got to go delete it all. I mean, maybe you should, depending on what it is, but just let's move forward. Okay. So don't create a new page. Don't create a whole new Instagram. Just embrace the one you've got. But like Gina said, social media is literally the only way right now. Our phones and our computers are the only way right now. I joined at a time where it was all about the wrap parties. The wrap parties. Some of you guys are probably like, what's a wrap? Like you guys are so new, or you're like, what's a wrap? Like we used to do wrap parties with the body wraps. That's why I joined, because I asked to try a wrap and somebody offered a wrap party. And when I found out how much money she made, I was like, sign me up for this. I don't have time. I work 60 hours a week, but I don't have to stock and deliver inventory and I want free products. Sign me up. So now it's a whole different time, especially with, with Corona and COVID. Like we just have to do everything on our phones. So if you're not utilizing the phone or the laptop or your device, and you're just sitting there waiting for people to call you or message you, it's not going to happen, sis. It's not going to happen. So you need to just show what you got. I remember I'd get greens and I had no idea how they were, like what to do with them. I just knew that you opened up and put water. And back then, you guys, I would just record it. I'd record it, or I would just have my hand and take a picture of my greens and I literally go, okay, these are berry greens. They're going to detoxify me. I'm super excited. And I would get, like, people were asking me about it. I was way amateur, but that's okay. Like literally you got to start somewhere. So just be loud and proud about what you got. But if you have any product, you better be showing pictures and lives and stories of your product. You don't need to be scrolling and trolling all over Pinterest looking for better photos because you don't have a prettier one. Just people want to see your counter with your product or your coffee cup with your coffee in it. Okay. So how are we going to attract customers? We've taken everything that Gina's talked about. We've kind of touched on like the do's and don'ts, how are we going to attract customers? So it's going to be by doing the post. It's going to be doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Not all it works, and then also not like if I go to your page right now, I'm like, oh, she sells at Works. I had no idea. We need to make sure there's some balance there. But you have to ask. And especially if you're new, and actually not, if you're new or not new, you have to ask. But if you just signed up and it's like day 2, day 3, week 2, week 4, and you still are so scared to ask, you guys, I have a question for you. Why did you join this business? If you were a customer first, what attracted you to be a customer? Okay, so put a chat, number 1 in the chat if you were a customer before you joined this business. Put a number 1 in the chat, okay? And even, oh, dang, I'm so excited to see that. Okay, so right now, and then I'm going to ask this about the business too, but it's going to kind of go coincide. What post or what message was sent to you for you to become a loyal customer? Now, really think about that. What attracted you to the person that signed you up? So now you've joined, and now you have no idea how to work this business. You have no idea how to enroll a loyal customer. Why did you enroll? Why did you become a loyal customer? Don't you think you should just duplicate what the person did that you signed up with? Was it a post of keto coffee? Did she post it like every single day and you saw it every single day and you're like, I think I want to try it? So let me ask you this. Have you posted a picture of keto coffee every single day? And your answer, if it's no, you're like, oh yeah, then maybe I should start doing that. Maybe that's what I'll start doing. Okay. So same thing with the business, you guys. What message was sent to you or what post was posted that made you actually say yes? What was it? So now you're sitting here and you're going, oh my gosh, I've been overthinking this. I've been overcomplicating this the whole time. Like if I just would duplicate what the person that signed me up did, I'd have I'd have my shopping spree, I'd be boxing for Ruby, like I boom, done, right? So just remember that. So before you start to overthink and overanalyze, and you guys, if need be, use the message that they initially sent you, go ahead and just like copy it and paste that and send it to like 6 people or 10 people, change it up, make it you, but see if that works, because it worked on you. So I bet it might work on someone else. So you've got your social media, but there's one amazing tool that everybody seems to forget about. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, yes, I used Facebook to go, executive, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, but you know what I really used? Something in my phone called contacts. That's what I used to go Diamond, because I literally just went from A to Z and I just started messaging people with no fear. That's a lie. I might have had some liquid courage, so I probably had no fear at that point. But I just didn't care. Like, I just didn't care. And you know what? And I'm gonna give Tavia some scripts, and I can't put them in the chat because I'm not on my phone, but I'm gonna kind of read you a couple so you can jot some ideas down. We'll somehow get you guys the scripts. But my first message I ever sent, I went and found it, you guys, okay? My first message, my first text message was to my Aunt Sandy, who ended up, by the way, before I read this message to you, she was one of my second loyal customers, and it was a 300 BV order, because not only did she want to support her niece, but she really wanted all the skincare. She really, really wanted it, okay? But Aunt Sandy doesn't check her Facebook regularly. She doesn't see all my posts, but she got my text. So I said, hi, Aunt Sandy. I was wondering if you have ever heard of or tried any It Works products before. I just became a rep for the company and I'm so excited. I'm trying to reach my first goal by Friday. Would you be willing to be one of my first customers? And I literally copied and pasted that to, I literally went from the first name in A all the way down to B. And I kind of like sat back and I waited for some responses. And then I went through B. You guys, it took me a week. It took me a good week, but I got through it all. And I think my first month, I think I got 12 loyal customers my first month. And I did not know what I was doing. I really didn't. I mean, I would text my upline, I'm like, I got one. But the other thing that I was doing when I was text messaging all these people, is when they would ask me a question about what's in it, or how much does it cost, or what do I have to do? I was like, Brenda, what do I tell her? Like, what do I find? Like, what do I do? Dude, I was messaging her 24/7, and every time I was like, sorry for bugging you, sorry for bugging you, sorry for bugging you. And she was like, if you apologize for bugging me one more time, she's like, please bug me. And you better bug me on week 2, and you better bug me on month 2, and you better keep bugging me 6 months in and a year from now. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yes. And how many of you can attest, if you've been in the business and you got at least one distributor, you want them to bug you. You want to be bugged. When you don't bug, that means you're not open to learning more, and you're not open to growing, and you're really maybe not serious about this business. So that was the first message that really worked for me, you guys. And let's fast forward a little bit. I was one of the top 10 in the entire company for selling our Skinny Brew sample packs when we had this contest back in March. And you guys, it was what I was telling you earlier. I went back to what worked for me in the beginning, and I went, oh my gosh, Heather, grab your phone and go through your text messages. And you guys, I had 2 really good messages that I sent. So those of you, this is going to be great for those of you that are brand new and you still have your 7 sample packs. Now, if you're in a different country, like I know I just signed up a rep in Canada and they don't have Skinny Brew sample packs yet. So this may not be for you. However, you do get samples in your kit, and you can sell your samples if you want to. So you can kind of use this too and tweak it, make it your own. But I had 2 great messages. The first one is, hey Danielle, this is Heather Juno with It Works. How are you? Okay. So if it's your aunt or your cousin, you're not going to say, hi, this is Heather Juno. This is Amy Holland. This is Gina McLaughlin. No, you're going to say, hey girl, or like, hi Aunt Sally. Like, please don't, like, this is not a time to like think you have to be fake or someone else. Be you. But I said I wanted to reach out and let you know that we came out with a new fat burning coffee, and I'm selling sample packs. They are 3 for $20, and that includes shipping and handling. It's a one-time order and you could pay through Venmo or Cash App. Are you interested? You guys, I don't even remember. It was like almost $2,000 that I made in like 4 days from that message. And if it wasn't that message, because that wasn't actually, let me be honest, you guys, that message that I sent to that one, I had no idea who she was on my phone. I'm like, why do I have her number? I have no idea who she is, but I saved her number for a reason, but I have no idea. So let me go ahead and make sure I say my Heather Juno and be a little more professional. Okay. My next message to one of my close friends is, hey girl, okay, I'm doing the asking a friend for a favor text, a laughing emoji. I'm in a contest to sell the most sample packs of Skinny Brew coffee. It's French roast black coffee, blah, 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 blah. It's amazing. The sample packs are $20 for a 3-day pack that includes shipping and handling. It's a one-time order you paid through Venmo or Cash App. Would you be interested in getting some? So that's what I sent to my friends. So, and again, I can give you guys these scripts. And you know what? Here's the thing. People love helping people. Maybe you're not in a contest. There's no contest, but the real contest is within yourself. You set yourself a goal for, say, I need 4 new tires by Sunday. So that's your contest, okay? And not one person asked me what's your contest? I didn't have one person ask that. But if they do, you say, oh, I'm just trying to get 4 new tires for my car. And my husband doesn't believe I can make the money from selling my sample pack. So that's my contest. Like, you guys, just be you. But you notice the key thing in those 3 messages, every single one ended in a question. You literally are wasting your time if you're sending out messages and you leave it open-ended. Oh, wait, did I say that right? Yeah, okay. Well, wait, did that make sense? You literally need to, every single, and this goes forever the life of your business, you want to end it with a question mark. Everything, everything, everything. If you can't think of a question, you go, does that sound good? How does that sound? What do you think? Does that make sense? You just, literally, there better be a question mark at the end of every message you send from here on out. Because I guarantee you, how many of you guys kind of feel like stuck? You're like, I've sent out a lot of messages. People read them, but they don't reply. I guarantee if you go back and look at those messages, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't ask a question at the end. And you know what? Maybe you did. Maybe you did ask a question at the end. But that person was driving and they were like, okay, oh, okay. Now, 2 things. People do that and then they forget to reply. So are you going to be there to send them a follow-up message? Hey girl, did you get my message? Why is that so hard for people to send? Hey girl, did you get my message? The other part of it is, if you sent a message that was more than 4 sentences, what do you guys do if you're like kind of distracted and there's a text or a message that looks like it's like more than like this much, like this long? No, you literally go, I'll read that later. I'll read that later. So think about these things, you guys. When you are reaching out and trying to attract your customer, think about how you would react to the post you posted, to the message you just sent. You got to think about how you react. So if you send something this long, are you going to read that? Are you going to take the time to read it? Maybe at night before bed. And if you didn't take the time to read it, if somebody said, hey girl, did you get my message? That's going to make them think, oh, maybe that was important. Let me go back and check it out. So you guys got to do that follow-up message. I know I'm going way too long. I got a couple more things I wanted to touch on. You know, I already said message your people and your contacts, asking them to help you out. Like, I'm trying to get my first customer by Friday. Message them about the coffee. I gave you 2 scripts that you can use about the coffee. Make sure you let them know that either you're in a contest, you're trying to reach your goal, you're trying to get your bonus. And remember, all of you that are within your first 30 days, your first bonus is a $150 shopping spree. Okay, so let them know you're going for your first bonus. I already said, talk to your upline, bug them like crazy. Do not, we beg of you, do not try to do this blind. Do not try to do this all on your own, please. Because what happens is you try to do it all on your own, you think you got this, and you're not enrolling, and then you're going to blame the company or the products. And that's, I get it. I totally get it. You're like, nope, nobody wants this product. Nope, nobody's interested in my company. Sorry, it didn't work for me. That I guarantee you, Tavia, how many loyal customers you signed up last month? Are you in, was it, how many? I was proud of myself, but then
73.
73. So you're telling me right now that nobody wants it, but they do want it from Tavia because she's got like the better pack. She's got like the golden stuff. She's got the better deal than you. Okay? No. Okay? No. You either need to grow your network, which you do need to do that anyways, but you need to fix your message. You just need to fix your message. You just need to fix your message. And you need to, how are you going to fix your message? By asking your upline, hey, how do I respond to this? Or, and even say, hey, my messages they haven't been working. They have not been working. Can you help me out? Can you look at a couple conversations that I've had and tell me why it's like stopped? And dude, like, I'm always like, yep, bring it on, send me some more. Like, okay, let's do it. The next thing, you guys, to kind of hook, line, and sinker, how many of you are like, you got somebody that's interested and then all of a sudden you're like, they didn't order. What's going on? They didn't order. Did you offer to place the order for them? No. Let me ask you this. Those of you that enrolled as a loyal customer before you became a distributor, did the person, and maybe not, but I'm going to probably guess, maybe so, did the person that signed you up as a loyal customer, did they offer to get your info to place the order for you? Yep. Are you offering to get that person's info to place the order for them? No. Why? Why? Tell me why. Nellie?
I have a question about that because
Yes.
me personally, I don't hesitate. Like, I just jump in, okay? And I don't think about nothing. Like, I don't think about, oh, what they're going to think or how they're going to feel. Like, I'm just going all in. I let it all hang out. And I actually do. That as a matter of fact, I do. I don't even give them the option to use my website unless they, well, I can't do it right now, or, you know what I'm saying? I'll wait to give that offer because the inconvenience of trying to navigate through the website when you're not there with them or you're not personally sitting there, to sign them up, it's a total turnoff. I've had so many. So I totally do ask, but my issue is when I ask, you got those people that don't feel comfortable giving their information over a text or, things like that. And that's really the problem that I've had. I've lost, many customers because they don't want to send it over to me. And then they want to call, which is fine. I'm ready to call, but they don't, their schedule get busy. They say they'll call and they don't call you back. So now we're going to reaching out to you via text or email or whatever, chatting. Yeah. And they don't want to put their card number online, which I totally understand because so much is going on with people getting, hacked and all of that.
You know what, Nellie? It's so funny that you say that because if somebody asked me on Messenger app or Instagram for my credit card information, I would be like, no. But now, Tavia, I don't know how, if you're like your numbers with your 73, but I've counted and I enrolled 25 loyal customers last month and 19 all sent me their information through either DM or Facebook Messenger. And you guys, I'm not going to lie, every time they do, I'm always like, God, these people how are they so trustworthy? And not even with me, like just with being hacked even, or like, so Nellie, I get that. Now here's what I'm going to suggest and ask. The first thing I always say is when I ask somebody for their credit card information, whether it be through those apps or to text it to me or not, the first thing I would do is I'm going to go look at your profile. I'm going to be like, what kind of person is asking me for their stuff? So that's why when Gina talked about like posting about your kids, posting about your backyard and posting about your meals and posting about your life, that's usually when people build the trust, right? They're like, oh, she's a mom, or, oh, so that's number one. So if you look back and you're like, yeah, I do look a little more sales pitchy or a little salesperson, like, or maybe they, maybe they didn't go look through that stuff, but let me ask you, it's how you approach it for me personally. So when somebody's like, they're interested, they're ready to go, I always say, now I do offer the website, but I don't say it until after. I say, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's all the information that I need, and I'm going to delete it as soon as I place your order. I said, or you can or I can text you my website, which do you prefer? So it's almost like it gave them a cushion, but I'm out of 25 or 19 out of 25 gave me their information. So maybe just add that.
Another thing that I've tried too is I went beyond the barriers of social media. Like it was risky because I don't like everybody having my phone number. But what I did was I created a secondary number, like on Pinger. It's like free. You can like use it to call people and text, so that way they don't have your personal phone number. So that's what I was doing, because I found from my experience, if you get them to text you like in real time, then they don't have any choice but to believe that it's you.
Right.
So I tried that, and that's been helping me. But that information.
So what I would do. Yeah. So maybe if you don't do that already, maybe just say like, okay, here's all the information that I need. Here's all the information that I need. And then maybe after, I always say, I'm going to delete it as soon as I place your order.
Okay.
Or I can text you my website. Which do you prefer?
Okay.
So I like gave them both of those options in one message. So it's almost like, okay, she said she's going to delete it. She did offer to send me the website, but I don't have time. So yeah, I trust her. I already stalked her profile. I'm going to go ahead and send it to her. And then if they're hesitant, or maybe they take too long to reply, I will immediately go, here's my phone number if you want to text it to me or call me.
Okay. So kind of save that text.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe just try that, maybe giving them the option like at the same time. And then also if any of you guys are feeling like, well, yeah, that's not been working for me. And then if you guys right now, maybe go back and look at your profile and go, like, if you scroll like 2 or 3 times and it's just like what Gina was saying, share, funny, video. You guys, why would you trust that person with your credit card information? No, you trust people that you can see and you know who they are, you know what they look like. Everybody knows I live in Sacramento, California. They don't know my address, but they you know what I mean? Like, I want people to know I'm a Cali girl. I got a swimming pool in my backyard. I got gray hair. Like, I want people to know who they're giving their info to, rather than them going, oh, I trust her. Great question. Somebody actually asked, and I don't know if you're keeping track of the questions, Tavia, but somebody said, if people are weird about sending your info, can they give you Cash App and you can do the order for them? You guys always want to, the thing is, they're enrolling as a loyal customer. So they're creating a loyal customer account. If you don't know this yet, you need 6 loyal customers in your first 30 days to get your $150 shopping spree. So if they Cash App you the money, how are you going to get them as a loyal customer? Now, what you can do, and I don't recommend it because you want to get that residual income. You want to get that monthly income. You want to get, your perks for being a distributor. But if somebody is adamant about paying retail price, then sure, take all their money and they could pay retail price. That's okay. But if they want loyal customer pricing, they have to either you give them your website, or they give you their info so you can sign them up. I hardly ever have people take my website. And if people take my website, you guys, though, like, I'm like highlight, like big time, like follow up. And if they, like, you guys, I talked to a girl last night that said she's going to sign up as a distributor. I sent her my website last night. We were up chatting and talking. I woke up this morning. I'm like, I didn't get a notification yet. So I messaged her. I said, hey girl, did you have any questions about my website? And she just responded and said, sorry, I've been busy. Don't worry, I'm going to sign up tonight. Guess what my message is? Okay, girl, well, you have to enroll by midnight tonight, or you don't get it for $48. Now, it is technically 7 a.m. California time, but she don't know that. Because if I tell her it's 7 a.m. California time, at 7:01, she's going to be like, oh, can I still do it? No, you can't. Okay, because you were supposed to do it at midnight. So
I'm sorry, Heather, what is your system in follow-up? Because I don't know what my system is. Like, I've been in the business only 2 years, and I'm still like struggle. Like, okay, oh, I forgot to, or like, do you have an actual somewhat of a template of how
I'm a
follow?
little bit of a hot mess too. I'm not saying you're a hot mess, but
Oh no,
I mean I am.
saying I'm a hot mess.
So let me finish this up, and then I will answer a little bit of follow-up question because I kind of found my system that works for me. But let me finish this up real quick. I'm almost done. Sorry, Tavia. Always offer to get info, place the order. And then when you guys are sending that message, by the way, I forgot to say this. When you're sending that message I gave you guys about the sample packs of the Skinny Brew, I immediately, without a doubt, I will send them a picture of the product information guide after that message. So I send the message like, do you want to buy my coffee? And then immediately following that message is a picture of the product information guide that's in your website. So I literally will go to my website on my phone, find the Skinny Brew coffee, scroll down, click on where it says product info, and then I screenshot it, crop it so it's not ugly and like, I want it to look nice, crop it, and then that's what I send to them with every single message, because the next message is going to be like, oh, what is it? But if you send them that with the question at the end with the picture, they're going to click on the picture, they're going to zoom in, they're going to see that they can lose weight, they're going to see that they feel good, they're going to be like, yes. So send the picture. And then lastly, guys, you really, 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 especially with posting, you don't need scripts. Scripts help. Scripts are great when you're trying to do like more of a lifestyle post, but just grab the product off the counter and take a selfie with it. Just grab the product, hold it in your hand, take a picture of it, and be you. People know when I have like this long drawn out thing that it's probably not me, because I'm like a, hey girl, like who wants to try some coffee? Tastes really good. Message me. They know that's how I am. So don't feel like, I look at Tavia's posts every day and I'm like, God, how does she do it? I look at Gina's posts and her stories. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I would totally join their teams. Like right now, I would join their teams. And then you go to mine and it's like 3 words, 3 sentences. Like, hey girl, you want this coffee? Like that, but hey, I'm a triple diamond, so it's been working for me. So don't compare. Don't think you need her script or her script. You got to just embrace the you and let it go. Like let it go and just embrace you. Tavia, I took way too long. I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm never asking her to talk again. But let me know if you want me to touch on follow-up when you're done. So sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Go ahead and touch on follow-up. I'm just going to end with a couple things. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So with follow-up, you guys, my best advice is don't think that you're going to remember to go back to your phone and find them and message them. Okay. So I did that for way too long. Like I would send out like a ton of messages and then I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like I'll remember. Number one, I'm always like, I'll remember. Or I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me go back and look and see. I think somebody wanted the coffee. Let me go check and see. Or, oh, I need to follow up with people, but who do I follow up with? So what system has worked for me, okay, is I will take about, we do this on power hours too. And what I'll do is, so today, like for an example, today is Wednesday, okay? So I'll go back to Friday and I will start in text messages and I will scroll until Friday and I'll like skim through my texts and find people that I need to write down on my list. So I have a list somewhere in my house. I have a list. Oh, here it is. Sorry. I have a list and I like to use a calendar, like the bigger calendars that have like the space to write in them. So like I'll go back to Friday and then I'll write down everybody that I talked to and what they were interested in. Now here's what you need to avoid, because if you do this, then you're gonna like miss people. Don't follow up with them right then and there. Like you went back to your text message, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. Don't message her yet. Write her down. Because if you message her, you'll start talking to her, and then your kids are gonna come in, and you're gonna go, you gotta do that. And then you're like, grab your phone, and you're like, where did I leave off? So I'm telling you guys, like literally go to Friday and work your way from Friday to today in text. Write everybody down. Then go to Facebook Messenger. Go start at Friday and work your way to today and write everybody down. and then go to DMs on Instagram and go back to Friday and then go all the way down until you get to today and write everybody down. Once you've got everybody written down, that is your green light that you can start now texting or messaging these people once they're on your list. That has been
Well, text message first.
Yeah, either one, whatever you feel like. I work in all three. Like I text, I messenger app, DM, I do it all. But the thing is, if you just try to write down like today, you're not going to write down tomorrow, and you're not going to write down Friday. And then Saturday comes and you're like, oh, I'm going to write down everybody from Saturday. And then Sunday comes, you're like, oh, I forgot to write down. And then you're missing all those gaps. So if you just remember to, and I don't have a set day to do it. I just know, oh shoot, I haven't gone back and written anybody down on my list in a long time. So I'll go, like today's Wednesday. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back to Friday. Friday feels good. And then you guys, if you have time, go from Friday to today. Once you get everything written down, go, maybe I should go back to like last Wednesday too, depending on how crazy and hectic your life is. But I'm telling you guys right now, I can bet money on it that if you are not writing these people's names down on paper somewhere, you will forget about them. And then guess what? When you go to follow up with them finally and they tell you, oh yeah, I bought it from somebody else. Or, oh yeah, I signed up with somebody else. Or, oh yeah, I joined so-and-so's team. And you have nobody to blame but yourself. And guess what? I'm a triple diamond, been in the business for 7 years, and it still happens to me because I will still forget to write people down. So I've been really, really, really trying to make it a habit of doing that task and trying really, really, really hard not to message them right then and there when I realize I forgot about them, because then you won't get through everybody else. So that's my tip for you. I want you guys to all try it and see if it works for you. Oh, but I don't write people's names down unless we have a conversation. So if you message 100 people between Wednesday and now, I'm not writing down 100 people. I'm writing down the people that I had the conversation with. And even if they told me, no, not right now, they're going on my list. They're going on my list. And I always jot next to their name, like pregnant, due September, or have to wait till payday. Or, I write down little notes next to their name. And it's not pretty. It's a hot mess. You guys, I'm a hot mess. You'll learn that about me. But that's my follow-up tips.
I love it. I use the Connect app. I didn't always. I was really a hot mess too, but I use the Connect app. So as soon as I sign someone, they get added to I create folders for every month. So they get added to my June folder now, right? So, and then every single time I add them, and then I have custom messages that I set up in Connect. It takes a minute to set this up, I'm not gonna lie, but when you set it up, Connect automatically sends you a reminder to follow up with them. So I know day 2, I'm sending a message, thank you so much for your support. It means so much to our family. I can't wait till you get your product. And then I message up, I don't know, day 5, your order should be coming soon. Don't forget to take pictures. Like I have it all written out. So I follow up a whole lot in the beginning, like month 1, and then I follow up every month before their order runs. And again, Connect reminds me, or else I wouldn't be able to remember, especially with the amount of customers. So that's what I use. And there is a training video that I did on that, Nelly, so I can share that with you or anyone. So, okay. So drop questions that you guys have. We're going to wrap this up, but a couple things that I wanted to add that was like kind of triggering when I was listening to Heather and Gina. You guys may get a lot of no's, like we were saying, and one of the hardest things is hearing your family say no, or people that you expect to say yes. Then they're like, oh no, sorry, we're not going to support you. Or they leave you on read, or they keep telling you, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And then the day comes and they never follow up. They ghost you, they block you. I've had that, So the thing to remember is no just means no right now. Don't take it personal. And I know that's easier said than done, but you can't take it personal. You have to move on. There is more fish in the sea. Just because someone said no, or a family member said no, or a friend said no, you just got to keep it moving. And I said earlier today, I was reading something and I was meeting with someone else the other day, and I read something that rejection is protection. So what does that mean, right? So like when you are messaging someone and they're like, no, not right now, or ghosting, or saying no, or whatever, or maybe it's a distributor on your team that started and all of a sudden, I can't do this, I don't want to do this. Or maybe it's a customer that tells you the products suck, they don't work. whatever it looks like, guys. Remember, rejection is protection. It is blocking you from something. So don't be so quick to take that as a negative. I know it's not easy when you're going through it, because nothing is ever easy when you're actually going through the storm. But once you look back and everything is settled, you realize that you were meant to go through that. You guys ever feel that? That's just kind of how this business works too, you guys. And then business. Okay, so now you're in business. Congratulations, you now own your own business. But guess what? This is the thing. If you don't take your business serious, don't expect anybody else to. And that's just us saying this with so much compassion, but it's true. When you treat your business like a hobby, everybody else will. When you treat it like a business and you want a business that is profitable, that you're making 3, 4, 5 figures a month, like you see some of these other people doing, why? Because they're treating it like a business, okay? And then what else? There's a difference between being productive and busy. I learned this not even in the beginning. Guys, listen, I was nowhere near what you call a runner. You ever hear us say runners? That's what we're talking about. Someone that just like flies out of the gate. They're signing customers like crazy. There's so many of you on here that are runners, but I was not in the beginning, okay? I barely got, back in the day, it was 4 customers we had to get in our first 30 days. Y'all, like, I bet, like, oh, my mom did it because I made her. But the other 3 customers, dude, like, come the last day, I was like, what am I gonna do? You know, every single day I wanted to quit. I kid you not, and I know I shouldn't even say this, but it's the truth, because we're human. We are emotional creatures. And so we think when someone says no, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do this. When your best friend's sister's mom tells you, I tried that wrap 7 years ago and it didn't work. Then you start thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I can't do it, right? So I know that it is an evolution, especially an emotional journey that you guys are going to go through. I am not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be an easy growing process, because every single day you need to work outside of your comfort zone. And that is uncomfortable. Okay. That is extremely uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable showing up and saying, like, I'll never forget it. When live first came out, it took me like 20 minutes to hit that live button. I have leaders on here who would write down what they were going to say on live. It's so nerve wracking, right? Talking to yourself, one thing, and seeing yourself. But what if no one gets on? What if someone says something mean when I'm on live? You have all these fear-based thoughts in your head that are going to happen, right? But it is hard, and it's difficult to work outside of your comfort zone. But I tell you, that is where growth happens. That is the only place change and growth will ever happen, is outside of your comfort zone. So if you're not willing to do it, then I'm sorry, sister, but you're not going to get that paycheck that you want. You're just not. And I say that with the most compassion in the world, but that's the truth. Okay. So change your stinking thinking. This was something Mark launched, was it last month? Guys, this is true. What we tell ourselves comes to light. So if you start telling yourself you're not worthy, you're not going to be successful, maybe they're right. Oh my gosh, I can't find a customer. Everyone's booming. Whoever gets defeated whenever you see boom, 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 boom in our chats, right? People are signing customers left and right. And you're like, okay, I swear to God, if someone booms one more time, I'm going to lose my you-know-what, right? But seriously though, right? But think about it like this. What if you were to change your perspective and say, wow, if she can do it, I can do it, right? Wow, if she's still working a full-time job, I can do this. If she's a single mom, I can do this then, right? So instead of saying, oh my gosh, I want what she has, and you're coming from a place of scarcity thinking, I lack, right? Then you're always going to be kind of behind the ball, because you're always comparing yourself. You guys, comparison is the thief of joy. The more you compare yourself to someone else's journey, the quicker you are to quit something. That is the truth. I compared myself for a long time to other leaders. They joined when I joined. They're VIP. Why am I not VIP? What am I not doing? You start asking all these questions, right? And it's not to say that you guys, like, I wish I had, people ask me like, well, how do you get there? Listen, I don't have a handbook. I really don't. It is consistent work every single day, right? My habits serve me. So they don't rule me, right? So my habits have to serve you. So what are you doing? You have to show up every single day. Like Dina said, post, message, follow up. It's very simple, right? What we do isn't hard, but it does take consistency, and consistency over time, whether it's a small win or a big win, creates success. I think as an entrepreneur, you guys have to remember, we give selflessly of ourselves every single day with little to no return. So we work, and we get paid, right? And then we work, and get paid. And we work, and get paid. Then we work and get paid. And then this is residual income. You get paid, and paid and paid. So what are you doing? You're working up front, okay? With little return when that paycheck comes, right? You're working up front a whole lot more, but on the back end, you're gonna live your life like people only dream of. But you gotta put in the work. So the question is do you wanna play now and work later, or do you wanna work now and play later? Like that's the question. So what do you wanna do? And if it's not working, change it. I think Heather touched on this too. And even Gina, if what you're doing isn't working, it's not producing, you're not productive, you're just busy, that's a waste of your time. So you guys are fine, like you guys aren't, listen, nobody joins this business because you have time, you join it because you want time, okay? And I'm pretty sure you don't wanna be on your phone 10 hours a day trying to figure out how to do one post. So you've got to figure out a way, if something isn't working, if it's not producing, if what you did last month to go Ruby isn't working this month to go Emerald, change it. It's very simple. Change it. Change the course, okay? That is okay to do. And the last thing is, guys, and I think Heather touched on this, and even Naleen, when you give out, for example, when you give out your website, you're on their time. I don't want to be on anybody's time but my time. You give them control of the conversation in that moment. Because think about it, like Heather said, they get busy. They're driving. They're going to the grocery store. They have kids to take here and there. It's not that they're intentionally not trying to visit your site, but again, you're giving them that control. So when I'm talking to someone and I'm like, okay, well, are you ready to place the order now? No, I can't do it till Friday. Okay, cool, I'll follow up with you then. Send me your cell phone number. All of my special contacts are in my phone list. I'm gonna get you off Messenger and into my contact list. I let them know that's where all my special clients reside, in my phone list, right? So the thing of it is like, I'm not about to get a Friday, I'll follow up with her and I'll send her another text. Hey, you ready to order? If she still says no, guess what? I'm still not sending my site, right? Because I'm giving them the control of the conversation, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on their time. I'm on my time. And then also, guys, too, I know I've been talking to a few of you guys. Don't put your hands in other people's pockets. Do not assume that somebody can't afford something just because personally you wouldn't buy it, personally you couldn't afford it. Sometimes we unconsciously put out to our audience what we would or wouldn't do. And it's not intentional, right? But I think in the beginning, when you're first trying to figure out what to say, what we do is, I'll give you an example. Well, I know this is $60, and if that's too much, then we can just start with one item. How did you know it was too much, right? Don't like that's self-sabotage at that point, right? You put it out there, start high, work low, right? Like, oh my gosh, I'm super excited. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna customize this pack for you. I'm gonna see how cheap I can get it for you. I love that line, right? They wanna know, oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate that, right? People wanna know they're getting a deal, right? It's very simple. And if you guys aren't tuned into voice messaging yet, start voice messaging yourself on Messenger. I know that sounds funny, but I'm serious. Find yourself on Messenger and start sending yourself voice messages. And I kid you not, you will get used to it. I love voice messaging. People can hear your voice. They hear that you're real. They hear your excitement, and it is contagious. People that know me know I love voice messaging. It's what I do most of the time. So start to implement that in your business. And then before you know it, you'll be able to go live with no problem. You'll be able to do a hands-free video with no problem. So those were a few things I wanted to say. Hopefully that helps you guys. I'm sorry we went about 5 minutes over. Let me look here. Hold on a second. Yes, I will share the link for the Connect training. I'll share it with Gina and with Heather too. Let's see here. You guys like that? Rejection is, yeah, no. Let's see here. I have a friend that tried the TFX a few years ago for a month, and now she tells me that it didn't work for her. I told her to try it again because it's a new formula, and she's like, maybe when you lose weight. Oh, I love that, right? Okay, we always hear that, right? Well, whenever it works for you, then sister, listen, my body is different than your body. Just because I say it works for me or didn't work for me guys, we are not, listen, one of the things that I always love to say to my clients is this, and I do this with every single person, you guys, just because I've learned. So if, let's say I'm like, okay, let's start you on the TFX and the cleanse. We talked about what it is. I always say, let's see how your body responds to this, and we can always change it up later. Because guys, we don't know how it's going to respond to their body. We don't know if they're going to lose 5 pounds. You never want to set yourself up for that, right? So if she doesn't want to try the new formula, okay, bye. Like, I mean, I think, what are you going to do? We're not in this business to convince people to try these products. That's what we're not going to do, because we're just not. We don't have time to waste to try to convince someone they should or shouldn't do something. If they don't want to do it and you gave her the resource and you put it out there and she still says no, go ahead and take that product yourself, and she'll see on your timeline that it works. And then I'm sure she'll be one that slides up in your DM and is like, hey, by the way, maybe I'll try that, right? Yes, they can hear your excitement. Absolutely. So hopefully that helps. Okay, I don't think there's any other questions. Does anyone else have anything before we hop off here? I hope this was helpful for you guys. I will post the recording and I will send it. I'll upload it to YouTube first, and then I will send it out. And